Good evening, America. I'm Scott Binsack, MFA founder. Thank you for joining me. Tonight, I'm going to quickly be discussing something of great importance that people seem to be missing by the masses. One of the most important things for the public is to be properly informed. And right now what we have is uninformed and misinformed public. And that is a result of a corrupt media as well as people on the internet not paying attention and not reading what they're sharing and not realizing what sites they're getting their information from, and it's causing fighting and unrest amongst the left, the right, the middle, and even amongst Trump supporters. What we have is mass misinformation on the internet, and people truly need to listen to what I'm saying to you. I still have people posting that Hillary won the popular vote when the AP, one of the best news sources on the planet, has shown that Hillary is winning. As Americans, we owe ourselves to be educated on what we share and what we see on the internet and what we believe that's being fed to us, and to do our own homework. People simply go and see a title on a heading and share the post without ever reading the post or checking the source of where the post has come from. And this is how misinformation goes out. This is how, believe it or not, arguing and instability starts, because having an uninformed public, and that's what the mass media did with Donald Trump, was smashing him by misinformation tied to the Clinton campaign and DNC to misinform the public. What you have right now is the internet misinforming everybody, and right-wing sites and left-wing sites and anybody that could take advantage of the American public sharing all types of BS across the internet for you to click on it and drive traffic to their site and or to mislead you with propaganda. You must pay attention to what you're reading, America. Don't just click on something and like it and share it and by the title or by itself without knowing what it says and where it's coming from. Because the most important thing in America, especially right now, is being properly informed of information and news. Understand this. We are going to put together a list. We are very busy here at MFA. We're planning many marches. We're raising money. We're picking board of directors around the country and internationally as we speak. But I'm bringing this to you because you have got to truly read what you are going to share and find out the source where it's coming from. You owe that to yourself and the country. You make yourself look ridiculous when you keep sharing posts and arguing amongst yourselves about stuff that's misinformation. That's what they want you to do. That's what's called propaganda. Okay? They're propaganding you. You must be properly armed with the facts, as yes, Ms. Chapman very well said. You must be properly armed with the facts. And I see people constantly, they're still even posting that Hillary Clinton did not win the popular vote. And it's irregardless if she won it by illegal aliens voting. It's illegal if it was fraud. We all know it was fraud, but regardless, the numbers are in that Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. Even the AP, Associated Press, one of the best trusted sources of news. Okay, that's not even tied to the Clinton Foundation, not tied to anybody. They're a good news source. The AP is still a good news source, everybody. It's telling you that Hillary won the popular vote, but instead people want to argue over this and share from sites that are just getting you baiting. It's called baiting. America, you're being misinformed by what they call baiting. What that is people, and this is your fault, America, because you look at a heading and you look at a picture and then you go, oh my God, Trump's going to be assassinated. And you click it and then you share it and never read it. And I'm going to tell you how it is. And that's what I'm doing right now. Okay? Enough with, and anybody tells me to move forward. This is my video. I discuss what I want to discuss. If you don't like what I discuss, you don't have to watch it. Got it? You don't tell me what to do. This is the difference. Okay? You don't have to watch me. You don't have to like me. You don't have to listen to me. But you're not going to tell me what I talk about on my own videos. Got it? Good. Okay? What I'm telling you right now is very important because there's tons of misinformation going around the internet. Lots of it. And you're falling into it. And then you're causing a bigger problem because then there's more misinformation going around and then no one's getting the right information because then no one knows what to believe. So you are part of the problem if you're sharing stories where you're just clicking on them because you see a heading okay, and you see a photo and you don't even read it and then do your homework to see where it come from. I'm going to tell you 75% of these alleged news sites are baiting sites. What that means, they want you to click there, read their story, okay, and not even read the story, but click on their ads and get drive traffic to their sites. And it's going on all over the United States, and you are all falling for it. And then you share, and then you start to argue amongst yourselves when we're supposed to be united as Americans who came together and voted for our president, okay, elect Donald Trump. And instead you're falling for what they're doing, and they're misinforming you, and they're propaganding you. And you fall for it, you're just as bad as the problem. And that's what they're counting on. Do you see these mass riots going on? These people aren't informed, okay? They're not informed. They're just out there, okay, because they're being misled. They're like sheep going, cattle going to the slaughter. And they should be ashamed of themselves, okay? And yes, they have a right. If you lost and you're a libertard, excuse me, if you lost, you need to shut up, stop crying, get your shit together, and move on with the democratic society that we have. And for those of you who keep saying that they're not going to challenge the electoral process, understand this. They're not challenging the electoral votes. They're challenging the system on how we vote. Meaning, they want to challenge the popular vote should be the way to vote. That's the correct information, not all this other stuff. Okay? So, you must be informed, America. Okay? I always try to bring this. We're building a new staff here at MFA to bring you the true stories, and I only share true stories to you. We verify them. If my staff makes a mistake, I will come out and tell you we made a mistake, or if I make a mistake, I will tell you. But I triple check now. I triple check so that you can get the accurate news, because you are being fed garbage. You're being fed propaganda. And I'm going to say this. The reason why you see all these people in the streets right now and these kids doing what they're doing is because they're mealable. They're mealable. That word, mealable. In other words, they're being fed BS. They want to be part of something. So let's join this revolution. Okay? Let's join this revolution without even understanding why we're joining this revolution. Let's get paid to do this because half America is on food stamps and welfare. Okay? This is madness. But you sharing false stories, okay, and feeding into this, and feeding into this is only creating the situation worse. So please, be informed. In other words, if you see something and you see a headline, click on it if you want to read it and see what it says first, and then just Google the source and say, is this, whatever .com it is, a trusted source? Google will pull up and you'll see if it has any hits on it to where it tells you that it's reportedly as a false news site or a false baiting site. And there's tons of them. I mean, there's thousands of them going on to misinform you, as well as to have this incredible revolution that you see going on to disrupt and unrest the United States. And they're doing it by misinformation. Trust what I'm telling you. They're doing it by misinformation. Yes, Jennifer, we are quadrupling our sources now. We are putting together citizen reporters. We're building a news network as we speak. We spoke to Washington today about permits because we do marches the right way. We spoke to Georgia for permits today for a big FBI and CNN revolt. We're doing a very big thing there. I was choosing board of directors today. MFA is growing massive, and I thank you for that. But at the same time, and you guys, I'm going to answer these couple of questions. And do not follow Anonymous. I've been telling you that for months. Anonymous is a fake CIA site. That's exactly what it is. Anonymous is a fake site. It's a misinformation propaganda site. WikiLeaks has even proved the same. They make fake sites to discredit real sites. Yes, BL, very well said. Okay? And they're bait sites. Yes, that's what I just said. Anonymous is no good. No, they are fake sites. Now, there's knockoff sites that claim to be anonymous on YouTube, etc., that are not anonymous. Some of them might be giving you some good information because they're trying to be like Anonymous, not knowing what Anonymous really is. There's hundreds of knockoffs of Anonymous. I'm a website builder, okay? I'm a major brander and marketer under my company, The Rainmaker, okay? I know internet. I'm a Facebook developer. I'm a Google certified developer. I'm a Twitter developer, okay? I'm telling you, and you should have green check marks. All that means, just so you know, a green check mark is just that the site is secure, meaning that doesn't mean that it's an official site. It's a simple site lock that you can buy. And I own an internet service company called Rainmaker Internet Services. And I'm not trying to sell it to you. I'm trying to explain something to you that's just as big as GoDaddy. Okay? We sell site locks and SSLs. All that green check mark means is that your site has an SSL. It doesn't mean anything else. And SSLs can go on fake sites just as well as they can go on official sites. So don't be misled on this. Okay? And I'm going to bring you the truth. Okay? And that's why MFA, we're here and joining with many volunteers around the country as well as internationally to bring you true news on a regular basis. It's taking us time to do this. This is not an easy thing to do, but we're doing it. Okay? Everybody's always asking me about Dennis Michael Lynch. Okay? Dennis Michael Lynch lives on Long Island. I'm from Long Island. Okay? I know of Dennis Michael. I know his career. Okay? I have nothing against Dennis Michael Lynch at all. Okay? But I will say this. MFA came out a week and a half ago saying we were building a news site for the people, by the people. And then subsequently, Dennis came out and said that he was doing the same. Okay? People like to copy me and like to copy my ideas and us. It's been that way my whole life. I don't care. Okay? As long as the truth is being put out there and true stories are going out there, wonderful. Competition breeds success. But we're all on the same team. Okay? We're all on the same team. And what I see here is people turning against, even Trump supporters turning against one each other, even arguing about Hillary numbers. Who cares? I'm going to tell you what, who really cares? Donald Trump won the electoral vote by a freaking ass-kicking landslide. So let's pay attention to that and let's forget the rest. And the reason why we have a petition going that seems to people don't want to sign, that they have over 5 million signatures on for theirs, is to show support to the Electoral College to maintain the Electoral College system. So understand what the petition is for. The petition is for to keep a constitutional right to use the Electoral College. Not to stop whatever they think they're going to attempt to do by trying to change the vote to the popular. People are misunderstanding that too because they don't read. They just look at something on the headline and they don't read what's written underneath it. Okay? That's what's happening, and it's misinformation. You're getting misinformation all over the internet. I see posts on our wall. It doesn't matter. Hillary won Donald Trump won the popular vote too. Actually, you're very, very wrong. And yes, did she get the popular vote by cheating? Of course she did. But that doesn't mean anything. What's that going to change? You're going to ask the country to recount the entire country when it's all red? For real? Who cares? Okay? Who cares? The petition we have is really just to support and show America's support for the Electoral College system as a whole. And not because they're trying to sway and move to get rid of the Electoral College system and go to the popular voting system. We went to the Electoral College system because it didn't work via the popular system. You'd have mass chaos with voting across the country. Hence why we put in the Electoral College process. They are challenging that, saying, well, the people have spoke and the popular vote by X amount of numbers has gone to Hillary. Regardless of how she got the numbers, we all know she cheated. We all know the media misinformed. They all know the October surprises against Donald Trump are false. We know all that. There's no reason to even argue about this. But this is what they're doing. So our petition, and people are on there, is like, I already voted. My vote was given on, November 8th. You're not understanding what the petition is for. The petition is to show that Americans will support the constitutional Electoral College system and not using the popular vote. They have 5 million signatures already in support of changing the system to the popular vote. Even if it doesn't work for them this time, America needs to stand united on using the Electoral College system because otherwise it will not work. The system would be madness. So, understand. Exactly. New York, the popular vote lets New York and California decide the system. Just so you know this, America. Canada and people are talking about making California, Washington, and Oregon part of Canada. That's where this madness is gone. And that's a true story I'm bringing you. That's where this madness is gone. Let them take it. California, you want to go? Pack your shit. Oregon, you want to go? Pack your shit. Okay? Canada can have you. For those of you that want to stay in this country and understand what this country's about, then stay here. You're welcome. The rest of you, pack your shit and have a nice day. It's real simple. As we sit by here we go. People still want to insist that Donald Trump, I see people arguing on here, and I respect you supporting what I'm saying. But to argue amongst yourself, if people don't want to believe, and they want to believe these false sites telling you that Donald Trump won the popular vote, he did not. Now, technically, if you were to take out all the illegal votes from California and all across the country and the rigged machines and everything else, sure, Donald Trump won the popular vote. Okay? But that's not what the reality is. Reality is they cheated. She won the popular vote. Doesn't matter how she got it. Okay? And that's not what they're challenging, just so you all know. The libertards and the Democrats are not challenging the votes. What they're challenging is the election system itself. Pay attention. Is the election system itself. And then you see these experts on there and these liberal guys from Harvard and all over saying we need to do away with the electoral college process and we need to go with the popular vote. Here, America, that's what the petition is for, is to support the electoral college process. Not to say that whatever. And people are going, well, they legally can't get away with that. I'm trying to tell you something. If they really, really push this issue, as they continue to do, you could end up with a major fight on your hands. Regardless of what you all think, but ask experts that have to do with constitutional law and what's happening here. And part of this is because you're seeing this purple revolution going on, backed by George Soros, filling our children's heads with crap, filling college kids' heads with crap, offering and paying people to go out and protest for, large sums of money. This is real, America. And I told you this days ago, it's not going to go away. It's not going away. They're going to do whatever they can to disrupt Donald Trump's presidency and a smooth transition of power. And you know something? Obama gave a speech today. And if people would pay attention to his words, they asked him about the transition. And he said, his words were, if the transition goes smoothly. He said the words, if the transition goes smoothly. He didn't say when it goes smoothly. He said, if it goes smoothly. And you need to pay attention, just like I'm trying to tell you about what you read on the internet before you share it. Stop just reading the headline and looking at the picture and going, oh my God, Hillary's married to a fucking robot. Boom. Did you see this? Okay? No, read what's in the content. And if you go on this content site and you see all these ads start showing up and all this madness, you know it's a bad site. I'm telling you right now. You know it's a bad site. And speaking of a good site, you can go to Michael Lynch's site. You don't see all these ads popping up, and you don't see all this bullshit on there. He's got a very professional site. That's what MFA's going to have the same. Okay, we are going to have our own news network. We're raising money for it as we speak. We're actually putting together tonight and tomorrow a campaign to raise the money to do it. It doesn't take a lot of money. It takes a lot of volunteers. The rest is pretty simple. Yes, there's another one. False story about George Soros dying. I mean, they're out there. Here's one of the better ones. One of the better stories is that Obama is going to recall the electoral process and go to fight for the popular vote and use the popular voting system. That is a false story. Okay? People are asking me, is there an international warrant out for George Soros from Russia? That is true. That is a true story. Vladimir Putin has him in his crosshairs. Trust me. So does the KGB. No joke. Okay? Now, and also stop using Snopes. Everybody's like, Snopes said this. Do you know Snopes is backed by the same libertards? Okay? Unbelievable. America, stop spreading misinformation. Take a few minutes to take the time out and care about what you're spreading so you don't look like a libtard or an idiot or embarrass yourself as a Trump supporter, making us look bad by sharing BS stories. Understand this. Eric Braverman is not dead. I did a story last night in a special video about Eric Braverman from my inside source. He's with the FBI singing like a bird. That's where I believe Eric Braverman is. And now, the arms dealer who snitched, who went on Fox, I believe he's dead. Or he's in hiding himself because he has the power to do that. He's not a stupid man. So, anyway, you guys want to keep sharing false stories, shame on you. Do your homework. Do your homework. And stop with the misinformation, because right now we have a propaganda war on our hands from the libertard side, even within our own ranks, of people believing shit, and from sites that they have. And Google has not changed the numbers on the election. The Associated Press, I'm going to tell you something. The AP is one of the most trusted news sources in the world. Go to the AP, Google on AP, who won the Associated Press, who won the popular vote. I'll give you your source. Fox News. Google who won the popular vote. They'll all tell you it's Hillary. Okay? And it does not matter how she got there. And just so you all know, they're not challenging the vote, the assholes. They're challenging the system. They want to get rid of, and I'm repeating myself so people understand. They're challenging the system. They want to get rid of the electoral process to go with the popular voting process. That's what our petition is for, just to support that, to show that Americans support our constitutional voting process under the electoral category. Okay? That's simple. They got 5 million votes already. We're at like 13,000. Really? Because you got people coming on there. I already voted. It doesn't matter. It's November 8th. No, it's to show support for our constitutional voting process. Because they are challenging that process and trying to swing it to the popular vote. And it may not work. It's not going to work this time. But I'm telling you now, they're going to keep pushing that process until they try to get it flipped over. Okay? So don't say they can't. People go, that'll never happen. People said Donald Trump would never be president. So what do you say now? What do you say now, everybody? That'll never happen. Really? Anything's possible. Anything's possible. And they just want to change it because they're crybabies. They need to do something. I've seen, and you know what? All these people, Katy Perry, all this stuff. Oh my God. All these stars and all these people. Pack your shit. You don't like it? Get out of this country. You're the problem. You're the problem. All you on welfare, food stamps, take advantage of the system, out there protesting. Oh my God. Oh my God. Pack your shit. Okay, and it wouldn't be challenging the electoral process if she would have won. But she didn't win, and America spoke. So, Hillary, pack your shit, you're done. Obama, pack your shit, you're done too. It's just that simple. But don't underestimate these people, and I've said this to you since the night of the election. This is not over by a long shot, and they will do anything in their power to disrupt this country and break it apart, and that's what you're seeing in front of you right now, America. And who's allowing it? We are. And I'm not saying go out there and fight them and shoot them. I'm telling you we need to stand up and stay unified, okay, as a country, and peacefully stop this process that they're doing, because that main process is to tear apart our system. That's what George Soros is funding, an uprising in America. That's what left-wing international groups are funding right now, is to uprise and split America. And people are allowing it to happen. Americans are allowing it to happen. And that's what I'm saying. You have to understand the bigger picture here. These people are not going to go away. Not even after election day. I mean, after inauguration day, they're going to still be here. This is all-out war to the New World Order. Okay? And I'm not bringing you conspiracy shit. The globalists want to split America apart. Christ, they're even talking about Canada and 3 other states joining, California and Washington and Oregon joining Canada. Let them go. But do you see what they're doing? They're trying to upset our democracy. That's what the Democrats, that's what Obama did for 8 years. He implanted, misled, abused, and split this country in half, and Hillary did it right with him. And you cannot allow this to happen. There's another story. Everybody, people are asking, is David... Yes, I know Outlaw Morgan. He was with us in D.C. I'm going to be sharing on here for new people what we did in D.C. and across this country a few weeks ago. With police escorts marching down the street, we're going to share the video and re-put it up here and have my team put it in a big album for everybody to see. I mean, I had Stephen Baldwin with me. I had them all there, okay? I interviewed them all. They were marched with us. They were all there, okay? Pastor Mark Burns. I could go down the line. Joe Biggs from InfoWars. We were all there, okay, on our marches that we put together. So, and people keep asking me about Bannon now. This is another misleading news story. Bannon is this. Bannon is that. Bannon is this. This is what I'm trying to tell you. If you watch these channels, if you look at MSM when you turn on your computer, you're a fool. If you watch MSM News, you're a fool. If you watch CNN, you're a fool. If you watch CBS News, you're a fool. If you watch ABC, you're a fool. If you read the New York Times, you're a fool. And now the New York Times is trying to save its ass because people spoke there too. And part of our media revolt is to cut off the New York Times and boycott them. Don't buy their paper. Don't go to their website because they misled you, America, for a very long time for their own personal gains. Okay? And they split this country apart. CNN helped split this country apart. MSM helped split this country apart. CBS helped split it, which is Disney behind it. Disney, of all people. Walt Disney's probably rolling over in his grave for what this corporation is doing behind the scenes right now. People, please understand what you're watching, what you're reading, what you're doing, because they count on you being dumbed down. They count on you not doing your homework. They count on you feeding into this bullshit. And we have mass media falsification going on all over this country, and it's causing mass unrest. Fox News is okay, yes. Morning show is a good show. Everybody knows, you know, Judge Jeanine, great show. Bill O'Reilly's even okay. Okay? I'm just saying to you, Hannity's incredible. #1 show watched on cable. So listen to what I'm saying to you, but mostly yes, we have our own network coming. MFA, March for America Network, News Network. And that's what we're putting together, and we're putting the fundraiser to do that as well. And we're getting people. We have volunteers all over. I have to go through 300 volunteers. We have the spreadsheet done. I have to go through 300 volunteers for people who want to be board of directors, who want to be volunteers in every state. We have branches opening up in Australia, the UK, Ireland, Canada, because all people support democracy, even around the world. And they see what's happening to America, and they want to help America with even prayer. Okay, there's such good people in this world, and they see what's happening. Want to know why? They're outside of our box. They're outside of the box looking in, and they're like, oh my God, we've had this happen in our country. We've seen this happen, like Brexit. They stood up in the UK. I'm telling you, people looking in look at America and go, what the is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? And I'm telling you, that's what they say. I get thousands of messages all the time. Thank you. Anybody who sent their information as a volunteer, thank you so much. We're very busy here, and I'm getting back to everybody. I am personally contacting every volunteer with my team, and I will personally speak with you. I also want to thank everybody. She's wonderful. I put a post up there. Hang on one second. I want to thank Brenda Cowden. She had bought 6 of my autographed hats, and she gave them to disabled vets. We started to put up the pictures and them holding signs with MFA hats on. Brenda's been wonderful. She's a big donator, supporter. I can't thank Brenda enough. And every week now we're picking a volunteer to be Volunteer of the Week. You'll see their picture up. I picked one every Monday. Brenda, I'm going to let her know she's for next week. She's been fabulous. She's also going to be heading up in her state under MFA. In every state, we're going to have a veterans coordinator for all the vets. We're going to have one for children's advocacy in every state. I mean, this is big what we're building here in America. This is massive. And it's happening and growing by the thousands every day, not just in America. And that's why I'm asking you, share our Facebook page, please. We're getting the likes up. We want to get people informed. We want to keep people informed of the truth, the truth. James, do I sleep? Hardly, rarely. I'm not a big sleeper. So, we're trying to do the right thing. The main goal of MFA, and it's besides marching, okay? It's about standing up and staying unified as a country and protecting our religious rights, our freedom of speech, and First and Second Amendment gun rights and Second Amendment other rights. That's what it is. It's for the people, by the people. And we have other groups now joining in with us to become bigger. And that's what we need to do. We need to stay unified as a country. And that's what this is about today. Terry, if you could do graphic designs or any of the above, please contact me. Lynn, I'm starting to call everybody tomorrow. Yes, Brenda, we need millions to band together and stick by the facts and doing research and helping other Americans stay aware of the truth and not this misinformation. That is our goal at MFA, to bring you to stay united, rid the U.S. of corruption, as well as help people in this country that need it, disabled vets, children, cancer victims, everything that we can do. But mainly, we must stand up as Americans and protect our constitutional freedoms and help Donald Trump with his presidency. This man cannot do this alone, and even with his team. He needs the American people behind him. I'm very saddened to see that even after people voted him, and I see the message, they got complacent. They voted. They said, I voted. I'm done now. I voted. Let him worry about it. I voted. He's done with it. Are you for real? This is the problem in this country. You may have voted for the man, but you need to stand with the man. You need to stand behind his decisions, and we need to stand united as a country. Because right now, that revolution, that what you want to call it the Purple Revolution, is true, and they are funding this to rip apart the United States. Don't kid yourself. That's what's happening before your eyes. And people said, it'll go away. It'll go away. They told me that a week ago when I was at, what are we, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 3rd. It's almost a week now, okay? And people are still saying, oh, it'll go away, as you see more students stepping up, as you see more ads going out, as you see more media covering this negativity of how the United States is being split apart by libertards and misinformed Americans. And I feel sorry for them. And if my kid was out there doing that, being misinformed, my kid wouldn't be out there, I'm telling you right now. And this is not about freedom of speech. This is actually about misleading people and doing violent acts. And you got Black Lives Matter, who's funded by Soros and Clinton. Fact. Okay, Obama created with Soros Black Lives Matter with Clinton. You got serious stuff happening. This is nothing against African Americans, blacks, period. I'm not racist. This is about what's seriously going on in our country. You have massive hate groups going on. You have terroristic threats going on against Donald Trump, others, people's families, people being ripped out of cars, people being beaten on the street. They're burning shit down, and everybody thinks that this is okay. This is their new generation. Okay? Get ready, America, because this is what they want to do, and they're doing a good job of it because we're allowing them to do it. And that's what I'm saying to you. And you don't have to get violent to stop them. You just need to be smarter than they are. You need to be smarter, wiser, and you can do it peacefully and flip the country right around back to stable. And that's what we need. We need stability in this country right now. We need unity in this country right now. We need prayer in this country right now. We need to not be divided right now by misinformation. Okay? Yes, we know they're being paid to riot. Not all of them. Many of them are just following right along. People lead by example. We need to lead by the opposite example and do the right thing. Okay? They're leading them into an example, and they're following. The sheep are following, and their following is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the problem. I don't disagree with you. They should be charged as terrorists. They should be locked up. But you're not seeing that happening. Some states are getting into it, but you're not going to see that. As Obama says, Obama's part of the problem. That's the other question Americans ask me. Why isn't Obama doing something about it? Why isn't Obama doing something about it? Hang on, guys. Why is Obama doing something about it? Because Obama's part of it. For real? Why isn't Obama doing something about it? I don't even want to answer that question, nor will I. Unbelievable. They're sheeple. Okay, what you're really seeing in our country is major unrest, and that's what they want, and they're taking advantage of this liberal. I'm telling you, I believe liberalism has become a disease because I'm telling you, it's like they've been programmed. They have been like hypnotized because people just don't want to believe the truth. They want to see the truth. They're calling for that, oh my God, America's going to come to the end and Donald Trump's going to bring it to the ground. You already see the changes already happening in America, from the stock market to other countries opening up, wanting to talk to us, to other countries, with terror. Watch. You'll see it happen. The same thing happened with Ronald Reagan. Okay? This is now the Trump era. However, we have got to stick together to stop this and stay united as Americans and stay properly informed with the right information. Hang on one second. Sorry about that. Everybody's afraid of martial law, okay? Stop being afraid of martial law. I'm telling you now. Stop being afraid of martial law. Okay? If you and us as Americans allow what you see happening to continue, you will see martial law. You will see martial law. Not when we peacefully stand up to say no. That doesn't mean we jump in with them. You don't go near them. And I'm going to say this to everybody. Do not go near these people. Do not go near them. Don't even threaten them. Don't say you're part of it, because the mainstream media and these groups are waiting, and they're faking Trump supporters, harming them. And I told you this, and I called it already. It's in the news all over today, how Trump supporters are causing this problem and are now attacking these people, when in fact it's not Trump supporters. It's people claiming to be Trump supporters on their end to make what you want to call a false flag, to incite even more violence and more unrest. Do not go near these people. I don't care how angry you are. I don't care if you have 50 machine guns in your basement. Don't go near these people. That's what's going to cause martial law. That's what they're waiting for. That's what they want. And when people don't do it, as it's already happening, as I said last night in my video, you're going to see them faking it, that they're going to allege that Trump supporters did this and put the blame on Trump. Okay? They're already blaming Trump, us, because Trump is allegedly a bigot, this, that, etc., racist, sexism, this, that. And that's what's getting them fueled up. And then you get stars who are the most, a lot of them, and I got to give Stephen Baldwin, who is a friend of mine, and he came to March of America. Thank you so much, Stephen, again. My picture with him is down on this wall. Stephen Baldwin, and he stood up and he said, the same thing. Scott Baio's a great guy. He's just saying the same thing. You cannot feed into these people. You have got to stay away from these people. But you have got to stay away. Understand this, America. Please stay away. Do not. They want us. Terry, our marches for these people are totally separate from where they are. Even the Washington one on inauguration is separated, and we're getting permits for the opposite side of where they are to support Donald Trump at his inauguration, as well as to put a million-man march for millions for Donald Trump, it's called. March for Millions for Donald Trump. Okay? And that is what it's going to be. And no one, and I'm telling you now, last time in D.C., we marched all the way, police escorts, everything. The police are going to be all over Washington. Everybody's going to be safe. Everybody was afraid that at that one, Black Lives Matter is going to show up. But let me tell you something. The police, and we were well secured, and other people there, just like at the Trump rally. They want you to believe this. They want you to believe this so you don't come out to these rallies. That's why they paid people, okay? And that's what do you call it, proved that they wanted to pay people to make it look like to you not to come to Trump rallies, that it wasn't safe. It's all propaganda. You cannot be afraid, America. They want you to be afraid. That's what they're doing. And that's why they're spreading these false news stories as well, and fraudulent news sites to get you to bait and switch to pay for get them money from clicking on their ads, are dragging you to them by false stories, and you're falling for it, and then you spread the story, and then the mass chaos goes on. So please, I'm asking you, please respectfully read. Don't just go by the heading. Don't go by the picture, unless you see it's from like Fox News Network or the Associated Press. And there's even fake ABC sites out there, just so you know. It'll say ABC News Network, and it's not ABC. I had somebody share to me about Hillary's popular vote. ABC said she won it. I looked at the site. I'm like, this is an ABC site. She goes, well, it says abcnews.com. I'm like, that's not ABC's site. I'm sorry to tell you. And I sent her ABC site. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm telling you, you must keep yourself informed. Don't be sheep yourself. That's what they're counting on. And don't get violent with these people. Let them go out there and burn the shit that they want to do, terrorize what they want to do, stay away from them. And people have got to get involved peacefully, because this unrest is horrible and it's going to continue. It's going to continue. We are in a new era in America, and you can thank Obama, the Clintons, George Soros, Al Sharpton, Michael Moore, the Rothschilds, Bilderberg, you can thank all these people that are all tied to wanting one world order, and it's no longer a conspiracy theory. WikiLeaks has proved it. These people are terrorists. They don't care about you or me or America. They don't care about America. Hillary doesn't care about America. Understand this. So please, don't worry about them. George Soros did not die. That's another false story. Please, people, watch what you're reading. They're getting you to click on it. George Soros is not dead. Pay attention. Stop being blinded. Stop being a sheep. Read. And you may not like what I'm saying to you, but I'm sorry, it's the truth. Don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution. Good night and God bless. I'll be live later or tomorrow morning with a very big show having to do with George Soros. I'll be bringing you the truth about George Soros. A very detailed show about George Soros. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for buying hats, shirts, donations, and thank you for helping MFA and spreading the word for us. And if you do have good news sources and you do have good stories, please send them to us here. We'll be happy to check them. And if they are good, we will share them on our wall. That's what we want to do. And we're building the MFA News Network as we speak, tied to our new website, okay, which is massive. The MFA is growing massive, and it's thanks to you, our veterans, everybody out there helping to build MFA, and I can't thank you enough. God bless you. He's not dead. Stop saying George Soros is dead. He's not dead. Unbelievable. I'm not even going to waste my breath anymore. Good night, guys. I love you.